Good morning. Welcome to our project. As you can see, this is a web page that Martin, my partner, and I, Luisa, created to teach each other some things. And the web page is named Let's Going to Learn. So as we can see, can you go down? There are two courses, two contents, and the first one is Mimis, and the second one is Francis Grange Fundamental. Martin always wants to learn a little bit of French, and the quarantine is the best time to learn something, to learn a language. And since languages are so important, and French is one of the very important language along with English and Spanish, we decided that Martin decided that he wants to learn French for me, that I'm learning in the Alianza Francesa. I'm learning in a non-formal way. So we also want to make this web page because we want the knowledge to be free for everyone, not just me, not just Martin, but that everyone could access to this web. And also because we want to combine ICT's information and communication technologies with education, we think is very important.
Yeah, for our project, technology is like the future to share the knowledge. So in this case, we have two different things: French and memes. What about memes? It's about a Photoshop work. We put it in that way. We all know that memes could be everywhere in the social network. So in this case, this is a very weirdo ability I get in informal way thanks to one friend that I already uh, teach me this 2 years ago. And one interesting thing is like I Luisa decided memes because I told my abilities was a little bit weirdo in case that I put it to herself to choose about gym, fitness, playing tennis, a lot of stuff that it was not common to see. So in those topics that I found I got some ability is he choose memes. In the other way, talk about memes and technology is also a way to talk about uh, a web page. I mean, we put it in a web page because it's all the technology. In case of French, nowadays French is studied by online. So those was the thing that we put it in decision. Um, First of all, if I want, what about first French or memes?
I think French, if you want.
French, okay. So I got it here.
Curious, I am learning French online.
Yeah.
So because
Ah,
of the quarantine, I decided to study French because I
uh,
have a lot of free time.
Another thing that it must be interesting in case of educational psychology is the way that we are going to teach the knowledge and the way we learning. Because if I see if you see um, talk about memes is talk about the informal way a friend of mine teach me how to use Photoshop, how to use the principal tools. It was not it was for nothing a formal way to do it. It was just two friends taking about one thing and doing memes to have fun. And in the case of Luisa, we don't know that this is not a formal way, but it is a non-formal way to, because he's studying in a really prestigious academy, French. So
Yes. So as you can see, can you go down?
yeah,
This is the page for French. I make a little introduction, and then I record myself explain all how to navigate through the web page. And well, then is some presentation, the audios, and it is divided by lessons. The first lesson is el alfabeto. No. The second lesson is the numbers, los números, the numbers. There are images and quizzes and videos and a lot of things that Martin could use to practice and to learn. And I also think that, while I was doing it, I was very excited, but because I really like French, I really like what I was teaching Martin, but I wasn't consider him while I was doing this web. And then I started thinking, well, Martin doesn't learn. I am a friend of Martin, and I know a little bit how he learns. And I remember that Martin learns most of all by associations, associating a topic or a concept with an example, an image, and then I decided to use that for creating the page, so Martin could learn easily. And I think that's related to the individuality of educational psychology, that we have to focus on the individual processes, and yes, I think that's important. Another thing is that I really enjoy doing this page, making this page, and I feel so proud of the result, and I really want Martin to learn French from this page.
In my case, I'm gonna open my site. I do the stuff in the web page a little bit different. I was thinking about Luisa and how she can learn, how she can really can use the little things about Photoshop, because Photoshop is not only for memes. We know that we can edit the photos, do some videos, images together. Photoshop. So let's start for something, and if you see my page is not too longer. It's just like one single thing to be understand. That is how to do a meme, search the search the images, we put it, and we also do in a visual way, like step by step, put it in that way. But the teacher me about Luisa, and take into account Photoshop, was doing I don't know how to say, but we do like a face-to-face interaction, obviously through to online ways, but she was controlling my computer. She was doing the things that in Photoshop we can do. She doesn't have Photoshop, so I was thinking about the way I learn through Discord. That is a page that we in the voice friends are connected. So it was the same teaching that my friend has to me, that I put it in Luisa. We do it in a single format. She was doing the step by step, opening my computer Photoshop, and I explained to her very different things. For example, as you see here, we only put the text that she can write in the meme and do the meme, but there is also a lot of tools that we have to prove, we have to play with. It's just not only how to do it, it's just to play. And this is the way that I learned, and for me it was the individual process that I have to teach with Luisa. So we also practice with all the tools that Photoshop have, and it is not only as I said before, to do memes, a little bit stuff, basic stuff of Photoshop. If you want, we can now talk about the learning.
Yes, but I want to ask you, it was positive, or it was you feel some kind of pressure doing this page? For example, it was a very positive process and experience for me, but I anyways feel the pressure of that you really was going to learn from this page, and that I wasn't doing um wrong. But and it was a good experience for me.
In my case, I don't feel that pressure. It was a positive experience because I said before, it was the same way that my friend teach me that I teach you. So I put it like in those informal way that you don't have the pressure um, to teach something. I don't know. I just really have to have like a great time doing different stuff and put it in a way that you have to you could learn something new. So it is not much for me. I think it's just like a father teaching a kid how to ride a bicycle or something like that. Yeah, we will put it in the same way. It is funny. It is the same way that we learned that because it was like informal way for me and not formal way for you. So yeah, it was like my experience. It was positive because it was always something that I try to do because it's funny and it is very
Okay.
okay. So now the um, the part of the learning. I think like the page was very complete for me. It was like just scrolling the down, and I realized that I really I already know how to speak a little bit of French because in my school I study like 4 months, um, 4 months a little bit of French, but really at my sixth semester of university, I really don't remember anything because I will also study Italiano, but Italy. But um, when I scrolling down, like I said before, it was very interesting because you put it like already perfect, like if I was studying in an institution, I mean. So I really like the audios that you sent to me. Like it was really fine to catch that um, and have to scrolling. Know the pronunciation. For example, when I the numbers, the quiz book was very interesting for me because it was like a way that I put it that I really learned the numbers again. Uh, my pronunciation is not my best part, but you really take care about those little things because you always was um repeating the pronunciation. I don't know if it is the same in your institution, but as you teach me, um, and the way I learned, it was very easy. It was very like yeah, it was easy.
I'm glad. And what do you feel? It was so long, or how do you feel?
No, yeah, it was long. For be for be for be honest, it was long, but it was also like I wanted to learn it, so it was just take a step to I don't know play video games or the studying that I used to do a little different little thing. So it was interesting.
Okay, I'm glad. I'm really glad. So talking of my learning process, I really like the page. Can you scroll on? Yeah. It was really nice. I really like this page. It is easy to see, easy to check, and it has very good memes. And something that I really appreciate is that the learning process was not just you teaching me saying, "Well, Luisa, do this, do that," but it was a self process. I reviewed the page, then you was there supporting me, but I really did the most of the job. And when I was in the page, in the how do you say, the Photoshop?
Yep.
Sorry. I could go back to the page and review all the things that I forgot, or that I want to check. So I think that is a very good tool, the very good tool, and I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it, and I even did a meme. I hope everyone liked it.
Oh yeah, if you want, I can show you. I think it's in this page. Yeah, it's right in that. So
And
this is
yeah,
the this is the creation of Luisa. So yeah, it was like very interesting, like do this process and be interactive with you in this moment. So it was like really funny, also
yeah,
for me.
and I really enjoy learning something that I want to learn, and I think it's important because want to learn something is a very important part of the process. And I really want to learn how to make memes or a little bit of Photoshop for my photos or videos.
Yeah, it's a very useful tool. So think that like it's all. Right now, we are going to put the process of learning and teaching. We're recording us having the conversation about Photoshop, doing the memes, and in my case, I recorded myself, take into account French page. So I was doing some stuffs about numbers, about the pronunciation that is already recording, and you are going to see. So that's all.
I hope you enjoyed it. Cosas básicas de Photoshop y cómo hacer memes. El siguiente tutorial hará un paso a paso que puedas empezar a realizar memes y tengas nociones básicas del uso de Photoshop. Actualmente todos estamos encerrados en casa, grupos de amigos y redes sociales comparten memes día a día. El uso de Photoshop es fundamental para tener calidad en las imágenes, así como la herramienta justa para hacer volar tu imaginación.
Hombres, final. Y aquí tendríamos el verbo.
Bienvenue à la leçon 1. Bienvenido a la lección 1. Écoute et répète après moi. Escucha y repite después de mí. A.
A,
B.
B,
C.